How do I identify access restrictions, such as FOIA exemptions, on a transfer request? If your records are subject to Freedom of Information Act exemptions or are classified, this information must be identified on the transfer request in order for NAR to safeguard the information and provide appropriate access. First, determine the access restriction status, whether the records are unrestricted, restricted partly, or restricted fully. Unrestricted records are completely available to the public. These may include fully declassified records. Restricted partly should be selected when unclassified, but FOIA-restricted records are identifiable within a transfer. For example, you could have a 3-box transfer where the files in Box 2 are subject to FOIA B6 and FOIA B7, and all the records in Boxes 1 and 3 are not subject. As a result, Box 2 would be restricted and Boxes 1 and 3 would not. Follow these steps to identify the access restrictions on the transfer request. Go to the main menu on the workbench, select Create, Transfer Request. Scroll down to the Access Restrictions section of the transfer request. Under Access Restriction Status, select Restricted Partly. Under Specific Access Restriction, select FOIA B6 and FOIA B7, and remember to hold the Control key to make more than one selection. Then select Confirm. Place a note in the Access Restriction Note field. Continue to complete the form as required and click Save. There may be situations where entire transfers are fully restricted. Restricted fully should be selected when all of the records in the transfer are subject to FOIA exemptions, or if some records in the transfer are subject to FOIA, but you are unable to identify specific records in specific boxes. For example, if you are transferring correspondence files that are less than 20 years old, some of those records may include personal addresses, but you don't know in which box those records are located. You would identify the access restriction status as fully restricted. Follow these steps to identify the FOIA restrictions on the transfer request. Go to the main menu, select Create, Transfer Request. Scroll down to the Access Restriction section of the transfer request. Under Access Restriction Status, select Restricted Fully. Under Specific Access Restrictions, select FOIA B6. Then select Confirm. Remember to save any changes to your transfer request before navigating away from the TR. If you navigate away before saving changes, all updates will be lost.